Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Hannah. I am the small business owner, seamstress, and creator behind the cottagecore and fantasy brand Marion. Today's video is all market prep. Well, market prep and market recap because I am going to be vending at my very first market. I've been running Marion for about 3.5 years now, and I've always sold online. I've never sold in person. And so this year, for 2026 is the year of markets for me. So I plan on being a vendor in a couple different markets, but the Flora and Fauna Winter Fairy Market is my very first one. I decided I wanted to document the process and kind of take you guys along with me. It's going to be a lot of sewing and planning and putting my booth together. And I'll tell you a little bit of a secret. Come here. I'm filming this intro after the market has already happened. So current Hannah, already knows what's gonna go wrong. And you're in for a wild ride. So stick around and let's time travel back a couple of weeks to pre-market Hannah, when she was still putting everything together and still trying to make it all work. And let's see what she has to say. Let's go. Good morning. We are in busy mode today. I'm sure Intro Hannah has already explained it to you what we're doing here. Intro Hannah was filmed and not at a today's time, or not at a current time where I'm feeling all of the stress. Intro Hannah was filmed at a time when the world seemed freer and more open and there were possibilities and sleep. I just got back from a trip. I'm pretty tired, but we're going to jump back in and we're going to get a bunch of stuff done today. So market prep, here we go. I've got a huge stack of pre-cut stuff ready to be sewn together, and we're just gonna try and hit one after the other as fast as we can. I'm gonna just work on accessories and see how much I can get done. Bandanas and tie on pockets. And then I'm gonna have to reassess and sew some other stuff later. But this whole week, it's Tuesday, basically this week, Tuesday through Friday, we'll be sewing every single day as much as we can. I'm going to try and get 12 to 16 hours of sewing time in every day. We'll see how well that works or not. I've got my coffee, honey, cinnamon, and toffee. This is delicious. This is going to keep me revved up and going for the rest of the day. We're just going to go and we're going to sew and we're going to do it. And now I'm stalling. So here we go. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets done. They're taking about 11 minutes, 12 minutes a piece. I do still have a huge stack to do, plus bandanas. I think bandanas will be faster. I'm not going to count all of them, but I have about 18 to 20. I think there's about 20 left. I mean, it's my first market. I have absolutely no idea what's going to sell or not. And I could be selling all of these pockets and then all of these bandanas, and they don't sell, but like bodices and capelets do. Regardless, I just have a lot to sew. So I'm going to stop talking. Okay, so it's 12 o'clock now. I'm gonna stop here and get some lunch. Oh, I can move this one officially to the finished pile. Haha. So I've got a good set of pockets. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish one. I need to finish these, and I'm not gonna do those, and I'm gonna do those and these when we come back after lunch. I have a whole stack done from the past 2.5 hours. I feel really good about. So it is 2:30 and I just finished up the last pocket. I am feeling pretty tired. My back's hurting. Normally when I'm sewing, I'm kind of up and down. I'm like sewing and then ironing and standing and cutting and then back down to sewing and pinning and stuff like that. So it's a lot of movement, but this is just, you sit there and it's just this motion for like a million years. We are going to work on aprons, and aprons require some ironing. So we'll get into that, which will require a little bit more standing. She's been so sweet. She's been curled up under my desk the whole time, just dead asleep in her bed. I may stop filming here for today. It's in the middle of the afternoon and I'll be sewing later, but it's just more of what you've seen so far, the time lapses. I just need to get back to sewing is the main thing. I need to not think about whether I'll see you or not and just go and do it. So here we go. My back is killing me. I'm really tired, but I just finished my last bandana. I didn't film this part, but this afternoon I went to Home Depot with my partner and I got these rings. They're like curtain clips. Figured out my plan for sandbags. Each leg has to have 50 pounds of weight on the tent. I was able to find some sandbags on Amazon that I'm going to get, and then I'm going to go back to Home Depot on Saturday and get some sand and fill it up. I'm tired. My brain is shutting down. Now that I have all the bandanas and all the pockets done, like those are the big ticket items that I wanted to get done today, and I did. So I'm probably going to work on the aprons next. I'm going to turn off the camera. I'm going to get back to work. I'm going to get to sewing, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Good morning. I'm up a little bit earlier today. All right, we have to stand now. Let's try this again. It's the next day. Just need to jump into it today. I'm feeling a little icky. Last night I was coughing and I cannot get sick for this market. Absolutely not. Also, it is dreary outside, like so dreary. And it's going to be for the rest of the week. I was thinking I might end up setting my tent up today just to like see how easily I can open it. I'll have 2 helpers. I'll have my partner there and I'll have my friend Kayla to help me. So I'm very excited about that. I need to like get a feel for how it sets up first. So I might do that today, maybe take a break and work on that. But it's going to be mostly sewing today. So let's get to it. So our aprons are almost done. This is so cute. This fabric, it's like, it has a built-in patchwork. And they're so pretty. I need to go iron the waistband and the ties for the apron. So we're gonna go do that and then finish up the last couple of stitches. And then the aprons, these 2 aprons will be done. This is so good. I made like a strawberry simple syrup and put vanilla and almond in it, and it's delicious. So good. Okay, let's get to ironing. So the sun just decided to come out. I feel like I should utilize the time and put up the tent outside and just kind of see how it goes all together. So it's like 63 degrees. Let's go enjoy the sun while it lasts. It's really windy. I don't have the weights yet for my tent, so we're just gonna do it and we're gonna see how it goes. I just opened the tent. There's no top to it. There's no tent part. I'm so glad I decided to do this today and not on Saturday, because that would have been like an absolute disaster. Woo! sewn up 2 capes. One is the traditional clasp one that in the front, the capelet with the hood, and then the other one is actually a new design I'm trying out. It's more just like a shoulder cape. It's not a full circle. I'd love to adapt it to be more of a leaf shape. I think that could be really fun. I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take a break and eat some lunch. It's 1 o'clock. I'm tired. My back hurts. I might just lay on the floor for a little bit. I'll be back later this afternoon. I am pretty tired. I've got a bunch of bodices here that are, all the pieces are sewn together. Now what I have to do is iron them and add the interfacing. 7, 8, 9. I have 9. 9? It's one of those things where like bodices just take a long time and you can't really rush it. You just have to do it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to iron and interface these, and then I'm going to stop for the night. And then tomorrow I'm going to sandwich all of the pieces together. Like once everything's been ironed, I kind of reach a flow state and I can just like boom, boom, boom. If I can sew together all of these tomorrow and then do the grommets, and that'll take up all day tomorrow. That'll take up all day tomorrow. I'm going to devote all of Friday to other stuff. So we're going to do the best that we can with what we have. Okay, I'm going to work on this, and I'm probably going to see you guys tomorrow morning because I'm not going to film myself ironing. And so I will see you all tomorrow. Hello and good morning. It is the day 3. It is Thursday. Oh boy. I am a tired pickle. I'm pretty exhausted. I went to bed at a decent-ish hour last night and then had weird dreams all last night. So I woke up with a weird kind of mental headspace. But we have a coffee with our strawberry syrup and shortbread syrup this time. So a little bit more of like a strawberry thumbprint cookie kind of vibes. I am just barely here, to be perfectly honest. And that's good because we're at the point in bodice making where it's flow state that I can kind of just turn my brain off and just go. We're going to get to work. We're going to get into flow state and sew as much as we can. And yeah, okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm actually going to probably stop this video for today and jump back in tomorrow or jump back in later if I have any more information to give you. There's just nothing exciting to show you other than just me sewing. I did just make a video and posted it, and okay, so this is what it is. Are you local to Columbia, South Carolina? Hi, I'm Hannah, and I am the seamstress behind the handmade fantasy brand Made Marion, and I'm going to be selling at my first ever market, the Flora and Fauna Winter Fairy Market, this Sunday on February 22nd. So if you're in the area and you love all things fantasy, come out, get dressed up, and have a good time with us. There'll be a ton of vendors and food trucks, and I hope to see you there. I can't tell you how weird it was to record that voiceover. I recorded about 4 different times and like listening back to it. So it's so funny. So when you're just scrolling on content, you don't think about the person behind the camera, you know, making it and editing it. It's just them like inches away from their camera, like cropping and moving and shifting. And then they're like recording the audio. They're trying to time it right. And they're like, hi, I'm Hannah. And then I can't say my business name without fumbling it, and had to redo that like 8 times. And then I fumbled through saying Flora and Fauna Winter Market, which I don't know how I did that anyways. And that little laugh at the beginning, I'm overthinking now, I know. I can't help but laugh at myself and hear that little hi, I'm Hannah. Oh man, so much of content creation, you really just kind of have to like push past the awkwardness and not think about it too much, and really just like be proud of what you're working on, be proud of the thing that you're trying to talk about. And I'm very excited and I'm very proud of all the work that I've done. So I'm trying to focus on that part, less on the me part. Anyways, okay, I'm going to get back into it. So there's still a little bit more to be doing. There's still Ah! There's still a little bit more to do. What's wrong with me? Tomorrow is Friday, so I'll be bleaching my roots and dyeing my hair tomorrow, and then sewing. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna go for now. I'll see you guys later. Hi. So it's later in the afternoon, almost about 5 o'clock, and I just wanted to show you guys. I did a frame setup without the canopy, and here it is with some basic stuff set out. I was like standing here looking at it, and I was thinking to myself, wow, this seems really big. Is that right? And I look at the package and or the bag, and it's a 12 by 12 foot tent. It's supposed to be a 10 by 10 foot tent. So the good news is that I am really happy with my potential setup here. Sorry, it's a bit windy out, but I'm really excited about it. I've got like some setup stuff here, and I got a chalkboard, and you know, it's just I have this bar. It's like a stick as a hanger for hangers. I think that it works, but it's not very stable, so I'm probably gonna buy a rack. It's one of those things where like, how did you not know this already? It's like, well, I didn't, and you learn as you go. This is just what it is, and it's okay. And it's okay that we're flying by the seat of our pants. So yeah, I'm gonna go to Walmart or Target later on today and see what we can find. Maybe not today, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to sewing now. She's blonde. Just the roots. I'm gonna be putting the dye in later today, so just ignore my weird looking face and head. It is Friday morning. My focus is crap. I'm just like not here. But last night I did finish sewing all of the bodices and putting grommets in all of the bodices. That's them right here. What I'm going to be doing is lacing and then adding little tags. After that's done, we're going to be working on chemises. Yesterday, we put up the tent. That felt really good. Actually, wait, I want to show you something I made yesterday. I made a changing room. It's just a hula hoop and curtains, and you can slide the curtains around. This will be in the back corner of my tent, so that if you want to try something on, you can. I do have my official placement. I'm going to be on the end of a middle row. I don't know if I said this yesterday, but I was just standing in the backyard when we were setting up the tent, and my partner was helping me, and I just kind of was like, this is so stupid. Why am I doing this? Like, why am I doing this? Business owners face that a lot of uncertainty, a lot of self-doubt, and I was really not proud of myself in that moment. I felt really silly and stupid, and I was going through all this effort, and in the end, like, was this going to be any good? Was I going to be any good at this? Was I going to even sell a single thing? And that was not a fun kind of mentality to be in. And my partner just like hugged me and was like, listen, I think that this is where you're going to shine. Getting to meet people, getting to talk to people, showing people how excited you are about the things that you make. And that is going to bleed through into every person around you, and they're going to love you. And it doesn't matter if you sell or not, because this is about you getting to connect with people. And he was right. He was absolutely right. It's scary to put yourself out there. And I'm afraid that, you know, on Sunday we'll have the whole vendor fair and I won't sell a single thing. And maybe that's the case. Maybe I won't. I think that's just a scary thing to have to like think about and deal with, and you're just going to have to deal with it. Push through your insecurities and be excited and passionate about the things that you're excited and passionate about. I'm going to get to work today. I've got my cherry toffee coffee today. It's really good, actually. Really happy with it. And we're going to get to work. Okay, let's get to it. hair is pink. The hair is very, very pink. It stained my scalp pretty badly. It's a lot of chaos. It's also a lot of pink. It is the end of Friday. I had so much more I wanted to do, and I'm running out of time. Tomorrow's my last day. Tomorrow is gonna be a lot of like setup and last minute stuff. I'll be getting sandbags from Home Depot tomorrow. I need to print things. I have the chalkboard to do. I just have a lot to do. I don't have as much sewn as I wish that I did, but I do feel good about what I do have. And I think for my first market, it's okay to not have like a bazillion things. And I have sizes extra small all the way up to 3X. And so I think that should be good. My goal for Sunday really is to kind of show people what's available and then potentially get some custom orders in so that people can be like, oh my gosh, no, I love this, but it's in the wrong size. I'd like to order it in this size. Hey friends, it's gonna be a little bit windy. We just did a quick Target run. So we got sand for our sandbags. We have 50 pounds for each leg. And we also got some racks here, some garment racks. So I think we're all pretty much set to go. I've got a couple little projects I'm gonna work on today. Some printing, some pins and stuff. So we're gonna go do that now. Hello. Okay, so here's where we're at. It is the night before the fair. I am stressed. I am tired. And I didn't get half the stuff done that I wanted to do. That's okay. I think I know what I'm wearing, but I haven't actually figured it out yet. So no, I'm really excited for a lot of stuff. A couple of okay. So a couple of last minute things that I did. I made little pins, little ladybug pins and snail pins that were hand painted. The snails are hand painted by me. But I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with these snails. Our price stuff all done. I made these cute like little signs that have like, this is for the custom one. Got little gift bags. Anyways, I'm really excited about tomorrow. I'm really excited about everything. I'm feeling a little nervous, but also feeling really excited. Cannot wait to show you guys the vendor market outfit reveal and recap. Okay, I'm gonna go now. I have some last minute stuff I've got to pack up into the car, and then tomorrow morning off we go. And just like that, the market's over. I didn't film a single thing. It was so windy. Did we catch how fast it was?
It was like minimum 20 miles per hour.
I heard someone 40, right? I heard someone say it was 40 miles an hour winds. Honestly, we just took up so much brain power to like hold everything down. We had stuff fall over. It was crazy. I should have filmed and I just didn't. It was an amazing market. We had a really good time. Kayla and Alan were integral in making things happen. And thanks, you guys.
It was really fun.
What do you think? How'd it go?
Very well.
Very good?
Very well. There were a lot of rushes of people.
Yes.
Especially at 12-ish.
Yes, for sure.
Got a couple compliments on how you were the busiest booth at a couple times during the day.
That was really nice to hear.
Yeah.
A bunch of people stopped by because TikTok.
Yes, that was super nice. Oh my gosh.
Wasn't expecting that.
Like 10 people were like, oh, we came because of your TikTok, which was a little surreal. Not what I expected. I was expecting the worst. I had nightmares all last night, but what a good time. That was a really good time and
really fun.
I'm exhausted. I feel dead. So what we're going to do is we've unpacked everything and we're going to leave it all here for now. We're going to change and we're going to go get food. Moe's.
Yes.
Yes. We're going to go get Moe's. I'll kind of unpack some more of my thoughts and things that I'll change for next time, and then I'll break down numbers tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, really quick, I want to show off everybody's outfits. Cool. So Kayla is in the Strawberry Patch bodice and matching pocket with a rose apron and satin bow, and you look adorable. I love it. Thanks. So he is wearing a vest by Les Mois. And a mask, fox mask that he made himself. Looks really good.
Yes, pants are Bronson MFG.
Bronson MFG. Very nice. He made this giant needle literally this week and on the giant spool. And you look really great, babe.
Thank you.
And then for me, I'm in the thistle moth corset and skirt with my tie-on pocket and little freckles. And I had ear cuffs, but they definitely fell off during one of the gusts of wind when everything fell off the table. So anyways, it's been a lot today. So we're gonna go and get food, and I'll be back tomorrow to do a little bit of unpacking of the day. And I'm really sorry that I didn't get any footage during the day. Hello, friends. It is a couple days after the market. I am exhausted. I literally just about keeled over after the market was over. I would love to say that I got footage of the market, and I just didn't. It was so busy. I mean, that ends up being a good thing, that it was so busy that I didn't even remember to film. But also with the wind that we had, it was let me start from the beginning, and I'll intersperse a few photos here as we go along to give you an idea of what we're looking at. Another fun little thing, let's keep track of how many times Hannah gets injured during the day, because it's funny. So we got up in the morning, got everything packed up, ready to go. On the way out the door, I smashed my knee into the footer of our bed. We got everything in. We got to the market. We went to go set up. The tent that I was borrowing from my sister-in-law was a 12 by 12, and I did not realize that until like the day before the event. So I had messaged the coordinator and asked about, well, is a 12 by 12 okay instead of a 10 by 10? She was like, you're on the end, you're on like a corner, so it's actually okay. The like hanging garments, we actually ended up getting 2 clothing racks from Target for $11 each, and they were just like quick. They're not super sturdy, but they did the trick. So we zip tied those to the tent to hold them in place to keep them from falling over from the wind. At this point, the wind was bad, but not terrible yet. It gets worse. We set it all up, and I'm kind of futzing with things. Kayla and Alan go to kind of walk around and look around at stuff. And once I finally am satisfied with the tent, I do the little chalkboard. And I wish I could have seen more of the booths, because I ended up not being able to look at any of them other than like 2, because it was just so chaotic all day. And then I got actually put right next to my favorite pickle lady. She sells pickles, and I'm obsessed. I love her pickles. And I was right across from Distinctly Made Co., which is like one of my favorite cutesy little things. So I ended up getting this cute pickle mug. I love it so much. And then we were just surrounded by some like really cool people, and I really wanted to kind of like look and see and kind of interact with some of the other sellers, and we just didn't have the time. And like that actually bummed me out a lot more than I thought it would, because everyone was so nice. I had a couple people from other booths come and see me, and I wanted to return the favor and go and check out theirs, and I just didn't have the time. So I'm really hoping that some of them will be back next month at the We Celtic market, which I'll be at. So hopefully we can actually spend some more time enjoying the market. I hardly ate at all. I had like one little breakfast sandwich, chicken biscuit, and I didn't even eat the whole thing throughout the whole day of a 5-hour market. That's how busy it was. And right off the bat, we had people coming in who were like, I saw your TikTok video and I came to see you. What? I don't know if I've said this earlier, if I've recorded this earlier, but when I made that TikTok video, I was like kicking myself, because I felt like the voiceover that I did was so stupid. I was like so surprised. And there were people who were like, yeah, we came to see you. And one girl drove from North Carolina like 2.5 hours. Crazy. And she like brought me fabric. It was so nice. Everyone was so sweet. So if you came from the TikTok sphere, thank you so much. I was like blown away, totally unexpected. If you want to come back next month, I'll be at the We Celtic market. I'd love to see you again. That would be really fun. I'll have more things and new things, hopefully. So, oh my gosh. A little bit in the afternoon, the wind started picking up pretty bad. Unfortunately, it was really causing some damage for some booths. We offered our zip ties to a couple different people. Luckily, everyone seemed to have zip ties, which was good. There was a tent right behind us that had art and some other stuff, and her art pieces were getting like blown away, and some of it looked like it was originals, and it just hurt me so much to see this happening. So she actually ended up closing up her booth and she left early, which totally valid. There were, I think, a couple people who ended up doing that. At one point, a whole table flipped over. The wind was, when I tell you the wind was bad, it was bad. I ended up looking it up. It was about 28-mile-an-hour winds, which I don't know. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it really was. People started taking their canopies off the top of their pop-up tents. So it was just the frame because the wind was dragging things and throwing things. The girl right across from me, distinctly made, who did these cups, she had a container of the glass straws that tipped over and smashed, and we all heard it smash, and it was just like, we're all like, oh no. And it was so sad to hear, tables falling or merch falling or seeing somebody, run down and chase stuff down because it's getting blown away by the wind. But also, even with all of this kind of like awful destruction that's happening, everyone just helped each other. And I love that. That was so sweet. People came over and like helped take down canopies and like hold down the tent leg while you try and, take off this, and here, I'll hold this while you tie it down. And that was just so beautiful to see. And as of, for my first market, I kind of in my head hoped that like, in my idealized, glass half full mentality of, of course people would help each other. And it was so nice to see that. And like everyone was just so nice. The booth right next to us had some really cute stuff, and she brought me a little 3D printed little crow on top of a skull. It was so cute, and that was so sweet. And I had just offered some zip ties, which they had anyways, so she didn't even need any of my zip ties, but she was like, this is for you for being nice. I was like, oh my God. Honestly, just other than the wind, it was probably the best experience I could have had for my first market. Everyone was so kind. The patrons were all lovely. Everyone who came was so nice. It seemed like everyone had a great time. I got to pet a snake. I got to pet a puppo. There were puppies there. I will say at one point we had a pit bull. I can't remember his name. I think it was Johnny something, but he was up for adoption. Like, can I pet the puppy? So I'm like sitting in the middle of my booth, like on the ground, and I'm like petting him, and he just sits in my lap. He was so sweet. And then a gust of wind came and it knocked I had a shelf up for the bandanas in the pockets, and it just boom, like fell right on top of me. And I was like trying to protect the dog, make sure the dog doesn't get hurt. So then, I'm like, okay, well, let's batten down the hatches. I go to stand up, and Kayla had on a pair of wings, and she turned and I turned, and the wing just stabbed me right in the eye. And I was like, oh, and I'm like crying out of one eye. Back around the tent, we're like, okay, it's all fine. And my foot cramps up, and it was like, it hurt so bad. I was like, what the heck? So I'm just like squatting down behind my table, like trying to stretch out my leg, trying not to. And there's one more injury. Let's not forget. It was a little bit later in the day. Things were kind of calming down, but the wind was still crazy. And it was just chaos all the time, chaos. And there was a guy who was buying a bandana, and I was like, oh yeah, can I get you a gift bag? And he was like, yeah, absolutely. So I squat down behind the table to like lean under the table to get the box of the gift bags. And as I'm like reaching for the box, I get a paper cut from the cardboard. And it's like slice, like a bunch of tiny slices right next to each other because it's cardboard, and it's got all those lines in it. And I just went like, oh, and Kayla, like, are you okay? And I was like, I'm bleeding a lot. Luckily she had a Band-Aid. We slapped a Band-Aid on it, and so I didn't like bleed everywhere, but it was pretty bad. And at the end of the day, just cleared up. 4:00 hit, wrapped everything up, stuck it in the car. We came home, and on the drive, we were kind of doing a little bit of math, a little bit of calculations. And I had some goals in my mind for what I wanted to make in terms of like profit and what I was hoping to kind of get out of the market. So I'm going to tell you those numbers. So we had 21 sales throughout the day, which I don't know if that's good or bad. It seemed great to me. I was very happy with that. and we made over $1,000, which is about $1,073. Now, of course, that's before we're taking out the money that I spent for the booth fee, and I bought some stuff like the hanging racks from Target and some clothes hangers and clothespins and sandbags and the pink sandbag holders, and all of that ended up being about $320, I think. So after all of my expenses, I made about $750 on Sunday, which was totally unexpected. The best seller of everything. So I had a couple sales of a few different things, some big ticket items. We had a chemise that sold, the green Sylvie dress, which is just beautiful. Love. Was my last sale of the day, actually. We sold a couple of bodices. We sold an apron, bows, satin bows, tie-on pockets, bandanas, and then some ladybug pins that were $1 a piece and snail pins that were $3. Those are just kind of like small ticket items. And the thing that sold the best, which I was kind of surprised about, was the bandanas. The bandanas did very, very well. That was our most purchased item. And I think because the ticket price for that is a lot lower. So the bandanas were 10, the pockets were 20, and the bows were 15. The bandanas just added up. So we had quite a few people who would buy 2 bandanas. I had some custom orders where people were looking for a specific fabric of the bandana, and they saw it in a bodice. They were like, I want that fabric, but I want it as a bandana. So I did do a couple custom orders. We had a custom order bodice as well. That's very exciting. You guys know I love a custom order bodice or custom order anything, really. I'm really excited about the next market. I think I'm going to be adding a couple more like little things like that. So I'll have some hoods. I'm going to have, I think, teacup holsters and a couple other little small things that I think will, add to that lower price point, because sometimes you just don't have the money to spend on like a $140 bodice. That's a lot. My goal had been to make back at least the money that I spent on the market. And I fully expected to make like an additional $100, and then that would be it. But the additional, $700 was just like, wow, just like, what the heck? I'm still in shock a little bit. And that's 100% due to the people who came out. We had some friends come out and help us as well. They ended up staying and like holding down the tent for us. So thank you, Luke and Liz, for doing that. That was really nice. And so we had some other friends come and visit us. So Emma, Joe, Bree, Mandy, thank you so much for coming out. It was just so nice of you. I wish we could have had more time to talk and chat, but it was very, very busy. I barely had time to eat, so I didn't really have a ton of time to chat. Okay, so let's talk about things that went really well, things I'm going to keep, and things I'm going to change in the future. One thing, organization. So I had boxes and containers that were like holding things in them, the merchandise, the decorations, the additional, signage and stuff like that. And all of those things were put in different boxes. But the problem is the boxes weren't well labeled. So like when we packed up at the end of the day, everything was just kind of thrown in. Let's get out of here, get out of the wind. And because of that, like I couldn't find my charger for a whole day and I had to dig through everything. And for next time, I need to organize tubs, clear tubs that are like, this is merchandise, this is decor. The zip ties were definitely huge. I absolutely so glad we had zip ties. If you're doing a market and you don't have zip ties, just get a set of zip ties and scissors just in case. They came in so handy. We would have been completely lost. We would have been actually truly screwed without the zip ties. So I'm really glad that we did that. I did have a changing room thing set up just in case anybody wanted to try anything on. It didn't get utilized and we ended up taking it down later because of the wind. But I think it's good to have it as an option. I think next time for sure, I'm going to force myself to take a break, to walk away from the booth, to walk around, say hello to some of the other vendors. I kind of got into a control mode where I was like, I want to stay in the booth. I want to stay in the booth. Completely understandable because we had people coming in all the time and wanting to talk and chat, and so nice. And I wanted to be there for that. But I also really wanted to experience the market for myself. I want to prioritize leaving the booth and taking a moment away from the booth. Oh, and one other thing, for the bandanas and the pockets, I had them on a string that was like clothespin. So they were like clothespin onto a piece of string. That worked okay-ish. I would like to update that in the future. I think what I'll do is I'll do like rings with clips on them and then put it on a dowel rod so it's nice and firm. I can get those supplies at Michael's very easily. So that's probably what I'll do for the March fair. I think that's it. I think that's everything I wanted to cover. I'm pretty tired. When we came back at the end of the day, I just kind of laid on the floor for a bit. I did almost fall asleep into my burrito that night when we went and got Moe's. But it was so much fun. It was so lovely to spend time with everyone. Really just warmed my heart, and it makes me so excited about the March fair, the Wee Celtic Market, and then I'll be at the Festival at the Friars Gate in May, which is a Columbia, Irmo area local Ren fair. It's going to be like an inaugural Ren fair that they're doing. So I'm excited to be at that. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this video. I know it's a long one. Thanks for sticking through it with me. And hopefully next time I'll be able to film more content on the day of. So, we'll do our best. Yeah, thank you guys so much for following along, and thank you for coming out. Those of you who did, it was so lovely to see you, and I will see you all next time. We got some big stuff coming soon, and I'm very excited about it. So thank you so much for being here, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, friends.